Hello and welcome everybody to this joinDOTA League Season 2. This is MiTH Trust versus Invasion Esports. It's a 2-game series, and well, this is just game number 1. My name is Coacher, and with me today, finally, is MiTH.
Yeah, what's up guys? It's great to be back. So this is something that I've been really looking forward to. I mean, MiTH Trust, they underwent roster changes, and I haven't seen how they perform ever since they got the new roster. Yeah, so what's been going on so far?
Well, like you mean overall or in this game?
As in for MiTH Trust, have you seen any of the games after they had the roster shuffle?
Yes, I saw them play yesterday against Arrow Gaming. They got crushed in game number 1, but they more or less crushed in game number 2. And it's so funny with the 2-game series overall, especially recently. I mean, so often you see them ending up in 1-1, not in a 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, Southeast Asian Dota, generally, all the teams are capable of beating each other. But, I mean, Arrow Gaming, they really shown during the TI qualifiers, as just about everyone would know. However, I haven't seen Invasion Esports in quite a long time. And how have they been performing?
Well, actually, they played versus Arrow Gaming yesterday as well, and they also ended up 1-1 versus Arrow. So, on paper, it should be a rather even matchup here as well.
Yeah, I mean, both are strong teams, to say the least. So, looking at the bans, MiTH Trust, they go for the Viper, as well as Naga Siren. So, is this kind of a response to how Invasion Esports play? Like, are those respect bans?
Well, I actually haven't seen Invasion play all that much, apart from yesterday, and I don't think they ran the Naga Siren. But then again, Southeast Asians do love their Naga more than others. Especially like MiTH Trust themselves, actually Lakel's plays it pretty damn well. But I guess they just wanted to make sure, and maybe it's... I mean, Naga Siren, I usually see her picked up more on the Radiant side than the Dire. So since MiTH, maybe them being Dire, they didn't want to give away the Naga Plus. Maybe they didn't think the Naga is a worthy first pick.
Wow, so looking at the picks, MiTH Trust opens the pick with the Doombringer, and Invasion immediately answers with Ancient Apparition as well as Invoker. So Ancient Apparition is always a hero that Doom seems to be struggling a bit more with, because as soon as you get hit by that Ice Blast, suddenly your Scorch Earth, your regen capabilities are removed completely. And looking at Invasion, Invoker, fairly standard. Now they have the possibility of either running a Crosswex or a Cross Exalt Invoker, and that's one of the great things about just having such a versatile hero. But in this setup, Invoker plus AA, you're looking at some pretty darn good global ganking potential. So Invasion, they do need a setup. And looking at the heroes so far, one of the potential heroes could have easily been Faceless Void, but that has been banned out. So has a Sand King. And Sand King, as we all know, is just so freaking strong right now. The capability to jungle, come out with an 8-minute dagger, and having like pretty decent levels allows you to be able to gank all over the place from a very early on stage.
Yeah, and with the current lineup that MiTH has, they wouldn't have been able to do anything about the Sand King just farming up. Because, I mean, 2-man Treant, they most likely won't go aggressive tri-lane when they already have picked up those 2 heroes. So Sand King would have had that complete free control over his own jungle, like you talked about. Well, Invasion, they pick up a Tidehunter now, so that's going to be their offlaner, some more teamfight, and it can set up a pretty decent Ice Blast as well.
Yeah, I mean, I believe I've seen a lot of Tidehunter as of late. That hero is just like a constant nuisance in the offlane. And you're looking at 2 melee heroes already from MiTH Trust. And it just feels like, okay, Invasion so far, they have the ability to play aggressive with the Ancient Apparition and 2 more. And Mirana's still in the pool, Weaver's in the pool, so there's a lot of potential there. And leave the Tidehunter to deal with Doombringer. Or just simply put the Tidehunter offlane, stack up some camps, help the Tidehunter clear it later on, get a fast blink dagger. That's so far, Invasion, to me at the very least, seems like they have a very solid draft and a slight upper hand.
I'm going to call a Visage pickup for them now. Or maybe as a 5th pick, but... Well, I know that FC has played the Visage quite a lot as well. Plus, I mean, them banning out the Razor... Or well, they pick up a Spectre at the moment. Okay, well that's actually pretty decent in combination with the Ice Blast, because you can just globally haunt in. Maybe the Sunstrike to follow up as well then.
Sorry, and it's not easy to go aggressive trialing against these kind of heroes. Spectre, Ancient Apparition, +1. So Rubik has already been taken from MiTH. They can still go for Vengeful Spirit. There's still Venomancer if they want for a little bit more tower defense by type of Spectre. What are some other good lockdown heroes? Even Wraith King support isn't all that shabby. Because they right now Invasion, what they need is the point lockdown, like the single target lockdown. Whereas MiTH, it's a little hard to tell what exactly they need. But if they run a Doom in the off lane, they could potentially pick up a Luna and focus more on the mid game. Or they can go for Mirana and go for aggressive trialing. It's not too bad. I mean, Treant is actually really strong in aggressive trialings with that Leech Seed. And maybe but it's a little bit of overlap if you grab a Mirana, because you already have Treant with the Nature's Guys that can help you get around fast. But MiTH, all the heroes are level dependent. Rubik, you want to get to that level 6 as fast as you can. Treant, well, you need that ultimate. You need the overgrowth. It's one of your big lockdowns in the game.
Well, at the moment it's actually quite funny to see that. I mean, you talked about the Mirana, and neither the Mirana or the Shadow Demon has been touched at the moment. And if it would be like the European scene, it just would not happen. It would be like first pick either Shadow Demon or Mirana straight up. But well, it's good to see that the playstyles differ as well as. I mean, the Mirana overall maybe fading off a little bit.
Whoa, okay,
oh my god.
We're gonna see a Lakel's Anti-Mage, and it's always been a question to me. Like, AM, I've seen Lakel's play quite a lot, and it seems like he does prefer to go for a MiTH before getting that Battle Fury in a lot of scenarios. Would this be one of them, or should he? Like, personally, I would much prefer if he just goes for a straight up Battle Fury, does his flash farming, go for those split pushes, allow his teammates to make the plays. And we're definitely going to see defensive trialings from both sides. At least that's how it seems right now, yeah? You don't really, like, both of the carries, you don't typically go aggressive with those. MiTH, I was expecting more of a hero like, say, Luna or Gyrocopter. But with the Anti-Mage pickup, it feels like a lot of burdens rest on, like, the rest of his team to create the space. But Invasion, on the other hand, it's like they're also playing a 4 Protect 1 as of now, but they have a lot more room to play with. They have so much global. They have Spectre with the Haunt. They have Invoker with the Sunstrike. They have AA with the Ice Blast. And Tidehunter, well, just provides even more team fight. And heroes such as Rubik are just going to melt during those engagements.
Well, they most certainly are. Well, the Treant Living Armor does help a little bit against the Ice Blast as well, just blocking the Frostbite ticks. But, I mean, MiTH, oh god, I don't even know. I mean, killing off the Anti-Mage, it's going to be extremely hard for Invasion, I think. Not only will he have the Spell Shield himself, which is really good against AA as well as any magical damage, of course, but even Living Armor to just block the physical damage on top of that. Oh man, it's definitely going to be hard, especially like you already mentioned before, that Invasion, they are actually lacking the single target lockdown, and now as the Shadow Shaman gets banned out as well, I mean, I guess MiTH, they knew where this was possibly heading, so just take out the lockdown. I guess Lion would be a possibility, but that's like a so-so pick.
Well, they might just pick Lion just for that new Immortal effect. I mean, I probably would have done it. It's always great, you know, like, I mean, have you seen the new effects? It's just ridiculously fun.
I've only seen a couple. I have no idea what the lions look like, or what spell it's even going with.
As soon as you hex someone, they turn into this really ugly fish. I think it was it a piranha? I'm not too sure, and it has like funny sound effects, and it's all bubbly and everything. And there's even been pictures on Reddit where they forge, like they mold the head. They take the hex effect and then like replace Slaughter's head with it. Oh, Invasion. So, lacking a little bit in single target lockdown, but I suppose with the Chen and AA dual roaming, wherever they go, the hero will be able to provide some kind of slow/stun. Tidehunter has Gush, has Anchor Smash to deal a little more physical damage. Invoker, if they rotate mid, he's always got the Cold Snap. And Spectre, he's gonna have his Dagger. But Chen wasn't quite the hero I expected, but it looks like Invasion, they want to be putting on a lot of early game aggression and just take towers after towers and extend the lead from there on out. Whereas MiTH Trust, it feels like, yeah, I have to say this was something I had in mind. I was like, should they go for Dragon Knight? And I couldn't be quite sure because it feels like, alright, Dragon Knight and Doom, they're both really strong. You need those tanky heroes in this kind of lineup, at least against Invasion. You know, they have a freaking Spectre, but at the same time, you're going up against the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast. And how long do you really want to keep up the engagement after the Ice Blast hits, say at least on 2 of your cores, and Spectre turns on that Haunt? Well, it can be pretty disastrous for MiTH Trust, but they do have the split pushing capabilities as well, from the Anti-Mage as well as the Dragon Knight. Well, to a certain extent, even the Doombringer.
MiTH heroes, I mean, Ice Blast, it's gonna be a nuisance all the time, but it really gets scary once he gets that Aghanim Scepter, which I think they're hoping to get pretty early if they picked up a Chen and just expecting him to push down towers while the Anti-Mage is trying to farm up. And well, MiTH,
Holy crap.
they have a decent amount of counter push with the Breathe Fire as well as the Fate Bolt, I guess. Although Dragon Knight really doesn't want to rotate that early on because, well, he needs to get to level 6 before. And, well, overall, I mean, late game wise, who do you actually favor?
Late game, I still have to say, this is hard. It depends how late. If you're gonna go 80-minute late, then I say both teams have a fairly good shot. But I mean, if you're looking at a Doombringer with, say, a Refresher Orb plus Scythe of Ice, maybe even an Abyssal and Shivas on top, then he's gonna be just that massive crowd control in team fights. Whereas AM, does he really need to fight you full on? Whereas when he can just split push. But if it goes late, I do expect to see an AM cap out fairly early.
Oh man, this AMs are always so scary because once he gets the Battle Fury, there's almost no way to actually stop him from farming because he's just gonna blink around on the opposite side of the map where you are and he'll just get his farm. And actually his weapons look pretty damn awesome as the cosmetics.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. So there are a lot of fancy cosmetics on both sides. I mean, Doombringer is pretty pimp, so is the Spectre and everything. So, in terms of the laning stage, who does it favor?
Well, I mean, the Doombringer offlane actually should be rather fine up against Ancient Apparition as well as Spectre. Don't think he will have too much trouble.
Is Doombringer just gonna go and find the Chen and directly eat his creep at level 1?
That is backfired really, at the moment. I mean, he's taking a lot of harassment just from right clicks. Already the living armor. Oh man. Oh, just to screw over the Chen so bad, but he takes a lot of harassment. He's slowed down as well, but I don't think they can kill him, especially with the Unholy Aura. It's actually one of the best creeps for the Doombringer to get early, but oh wait, here he's going in for the kill. A few more right clicks might do the job. Tangos. Oh man.
Wow, so they managed to completely zone out the Doombringer. So this puts Doom in a pretty awkward state. Does use the Tangos to regen up, but look at FCFC. He doesn't really care. He's already gotten a new creep, and he's just jungling away. So, is it worth it? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
I mean, I think if you would have just stayed on lane, maybe he would have been able to at least hit level 2, because he does need the Scorcher to actually make his escape. But at the moment, well, Living Earth is healing him up. It's just little by little. Although the Treant actually Noki is down to half HP from just pulling, which is a little bit weird. But the Tidehunter also inexperienced. Places down an Observer Ward just to spot out what or where Boombell is hanging out. And well, Lakel's, he's just farming.
And FCSC is being such a nuisance. Just leaving the Wilkin at mid, and then using that Tornado to harass my pro.
That Tornado is one of the most annoying things to mess if he comes mid lane. It's a little bit worse for... Oh, they're going on Ghost, never mind. He does back off, but it's easier to do that, of course, with an Enchantress, because it actually doesn't stop you from farming, because you can just grab another creep to farm with. Whereas Chen, well, he just hits level 2 and he's still 3 levels off of actually getting that secondary creep for himself.
Wow. So is AM going to be going for the Burning build, where it's going to be that 1-1-1 and then 2 stats at level 5? Or is he going to go maxing the Mana Break, or even the spell shield.
Well, I think this would be a pretty decent game to actually max out Spell Shield, or maybe not max, but at least put a couple of points in there. But Mana Break is... It feels like it's too good to pass up on, especially against the Tide Hunter, who now can't even use the Anchor Smash anymore because his mana pool is really low as it is. So if you get only a few right clicks off with the maxed Mana Break, he just can't even pop his Ravage later. But oh, mid lane, there's the EMP with the Ghost Knot. That should be a kill. The Troll Trap is there as well, but the Living Armor is somehow still alive. Can't actually chase him down. Oh man, he's so damn tacky. The Dragon Blood. God.
All they needed was one right click, but couldn't quite get it. And looking at both carries, they're going for like maximizing the amount of damage they can potentially do. Spectre doesn't have a single point into Dispersion. See, this is the interesting thing. In terms of efficiency, one level in Dispersion and one level into Spell Shield, it's the best you possibly want during the early game because, well, you don't really have the HP pool to utilize those passive very well.
Yeah, and of course, like, taking that 1 point, the early point, gives you the most amount of percentages, like, incremental-wise. I mean, it's going from 0 to 26% resistance with the Spell Shield. From there on, it just rises 8% every level. So it's like, more or less, it's a value point. Like, 26% versus 8% increase. So, actually, both safe lane farmers at the moment have complete free farm, more or less, and... Well, Spectre 25 and 16 with Lakel's on the anti-mage 24 and 14. So they're just not missing too many last hits.
Yeah, indeed. But who's getting more in terms of the offlaners? It feels like both Tide Hunter as well as Doombringer are fairly under-leveled, 2.5.
Well, Doombringer, he can always just jump into the jungle and devour a creep, which he has been doing as well. So he's at least getting some sort of farm, whereas Tide Hunter, he's 0 and 0.
Wow. So, Tide Hunter, here's another problem. You have a crowded jungle. You have a Chen that's going to be rotating around constantly. So Tide Hunter is not going to get the space to be able to go in the jungle and have the luxury of farming up there. So far, 5 minutes in, we've only seen, one gank coming out of FCFC. Perhaps he realizes all these cores on MiTH Trust are just hard to kill. And there's no real big point for them to push all that fast because they do have the Spectre as a late game carry, but I don't know, they are going for more of a 4 protect one, and this is always a little bit of a worry because what happens if the Spectre gets shut down or like if he dies before a fight?
I definitely favor MiTH Trust lineup to me, just having the Doombringer to shut down maybe the Invoker or the Tide Hunter even. And wow, Lakel's, he went for a Hand of Midas on the anti-mage. I mean,
I called it.
Oh man. We were talking about before the game between each other as well that Lakel's and Miracle, they're like a similar style of play. Both are like really good carry players. But you said that Lakel's is the more greedy one and he just proves at your point.
I don't know, every time I see him on the AM, he always seems to prefer to get a Midas first before anything else. So last hit's 6 minutes in, it feels like Lakel's has missed maybe a bit more than Snow. But with that Midas online, Snow might not be able to keep up until he gets that Radiance. But then the good thing about Spectre is he's not that, like, he doesn't need that much items to be effective in a game.
Well, I have to agree with you there, because once he hits level 6, which he has, he can just haunt in and, well, I think KYT might go down for the first blood. He has the Tranquil Boots, who has some armor, but there's a wraparound as FC and ADTR that are coming. There's the Ice Vortex to slow him down. He uses the Scorcher, but don't think it will be overly effective. War Stomp and, well, easy first blood. But who? Oh my god, they're actually waiting around with it. They wanted to leave it to the Spectre, but the Living Armor just came out. But ADTR grabs it anyway, and my pro now rotates him, but I don't think he can actually catch up to
coming as well, though. They can definitely catch him. Oh, FCSC.
There's the telekinesis. It should be an easy kill. I actually thought he might go for the telekinesis on ADTR instead and drop him down on the Chen, so both would be disabled.
Yeah, so good rotations coming out of MiTH Trust to defend the tier 1 tower. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the big things about high-level games. They never really want to give a tower for free. Either they will go and defend or they will trade tower of their own. But since all the pressure was down at bottom, this means Tide Hunter might have a little bit more room to be able to go in and use some of those Anchor Smash.
Yeah, but if he just goes in Lakel's level 2 mana break, I mean, yeah, it doesn't drain maybe that much mana, but Tidehunter, he's still gonna lose a lot, but I think he's just aiming to get that level 6 to be able to just maybe group up as 4, leave the Spectre to farm, and then go push and just have Spectre haunt in when a team fight breaks out.
I'm just gonna make a prediction. I feel like Lakel's, he's gonna be maxed out before the 40-minute mark at this rate.
It is definitely a possibility as well. The rune... What? Did it get denied?
I didn't see the rune. I think maybe...
I think
it might have been
denied
AA.
it.
Yeah.
He
AA
started
might have
hitting at
on
Doom,
his
but I guess
fight.
he hit at the rune first.
So a little bit more harassment at mid. Dragon Knight's been suffering. Been the victim of this EMP Cold Snap combination.
Well, what do you actually think of Kesik Imba going for that Vex instead of the Exhort?
This is more of a team decision that they decided to go upon. It's like they're just gonna... They needed the initiation because if you look at Tidehunter, Chen, AA, they don't have that good of a lockdown / initiation until the Tidehunter gets a Blink Dagger. So until then, they need someone to be able to make plays happen. They can't rely on a Sunstrike Invoker in this case. So which means this Invoker, he's going to be rotating a lot. But personally, I would have preferred the Quas Exhort. And instead of the Chen, grab a single target lockdown with initiation abilities. I just feel it would be a lot more effective in this sense. Because Invoker, like, you want to pressure towers. Invoker can do that as well with the double Force Spirits. Should the Dragon Knight ever decide to leave the lane, Invoker is just going to be pressuring, and vice versa as well. Dragon Knight can pressure the lane if Invoker leaves. So if we see this Quas Wex Invoker leave the lane to put pressure, say, on the Anti-Mage, or even down at the bottom tier 1, trying to put pressure on the Doombringer, then Dragon Knight would just turn on the Dragon Form, start right-clicking on the tower with the Corrosive Breath. It's going to be a fast tower as well. Wonder does he have the Dragon Knight Immortal? I haven't seen him pop the ulti yet.
It looks weird, to be honest. I saw it yesterday, and it looks like a
Metallic.
bug, like an oversized big bug, like a moth.
Yeah. Ah, moths.
Yeah, I mean,
Still
you
this
maybe
fight.
you'll see. I actually,
Oh,
yeah, he does. He has it. So when he pops that Elder Dragon form, we will see it in action. But bottom lane, actually, Spectre, he's up to 3.5k gold already, so that's going to be really fast Radiance if he doesn't die in the next few minutes.
Oh, you don't really want to rush a
Oh,
Radiance.
there's a telekinesis to Doom on Spectre as well, and I guess he
Fine.
will go down maybe. He's dropping low, Chen is there, but no Hand of God. Oh, sent back the heal. Oh god,
Oh,
it
but
was a
he
little bit
turned
too
around.
long at FC. He's going to lose his life as well now.
But why? Why did the Spectre turn around? Yeah, this is one of the big reasons why Chinese players, they don't like to directly rush a Radiance. Because when you rush a Radiance, you're so prone to getting picked off. In the case we just seen. But I don't know, if he didn't turn around and get right-clicked by Noki, he might just have gone back to base. Maybe.
Well, to be honest, they killed off the Anti-Mage at the same time, so... I guess it's not that bad of a trade-off, since Anti-Mage, his Hand of Midas was off cooldown as well, so losing some value of the item. But, well, there's the Dragon Form in action. Oh man, oh, just the portrait of it looks the worst. I mean, the dragon itself doesn't look that bad, but just the portrait, man, it blows. But oh, ADTR is dropping low. There's the telekinesis onto Ghost as well. Can they get the stuns? No, they do have to back off. A Spectre, he comes in with the Haunt, gets the slow on the Dragon Knight. They need a few stuns. Anything. The EMP is there, the Cold Snap. Oh man, he should go down with the guy slowing him down as well. Pops the Magic Wand, the Tornado onto Boombell. Well, leaving armor. I mean, they just don't have any damage output almost as Boombell. He actually got a counter kill on AA.
Well, that's fine. I feel like MiTH trials are playing better so far. They've kept up their towers, and well, when you have a Treant Protector on your team, and the opponents don't take the tower, you know exactly what's gonna happen. The tower is gonna get killed back up. But surprisingly, with 12 minutes in Invasion with a Chen, just haven't been able to take a tower yet.
Yeah, it's probably gonna get harder as well now that KYT actually finishes up his mech on the Doombringer. So they can actually stand in fights, and if it comes to a tower defense, usually maybe like Invasion goes for one Tornado EMP, they have to back off immediately. Or that still might be the case, but I mean, them just being able to fight under the towers to defend them it's way more likely. And well, Noki, he's just using his living armor to heal up the towers, but the tornado EMP will catch the tree protector most likely, and he's completely out of mana.
Nope. Because there's an arcane boots on the Rubik.
Oh man.
Instantly gets some additional mana.
At least has enough for a few more living armors and can help out the other
man.
lanes, but they smoke up now, and well, I guess with the Doom off cooldown, they want to kill the Spectre again. But he has the Sacred Relic now at least.
Yeah, but he might be a dead Spectre, and a dead Spectre is no good, even with the Sacred Relic.
Oh, what the Invoker has his Tornado already? He uses the Ghost Walk actually. Did he see them? It was nighttime, so I'm not too sure if he had vision of them. Oh, what? Okay, wait,
What?
he misclicked!
What? Did he just doom a Mud Golem?
Yes!
Oh man, so huge blunder from MiTH Trust. But nonetheless, look at it. They're playing so smart. They're putting pressure on this bottom tier 1. And that's freeing up so much space for Lakel's at top. Lakel's, let's see, he has 2.4k gold on him right now. So this Battle Fury isn't too far away. So Tidehunter, he's stuck. He's got his Ravage, he's got everything. But he doesn't have the room to leave the lane and help his teammate out and make rotations happen. They're gonna go for oh! So they do clip Lakel's and oh my goodness.
Well, Snow, he TP'd in a little bit late, didn't get the Spectral Dagger off. Well, he
No, he should have
had
waited
mana.
for the blink first and then turn on the haunt.
Oh,
If you
rookie
waited for the
mistakes.
I believe he would have gotten the kill if you waited for the blink. But oh well. It's unfortunate.
Mid lane, AD tier might be in trouble if he stays around for too long. KYT is there, in mist, there's the War Storm to begin with. Boomball will get the telekinesis. He stole the Ice Blast as well.
Oh, man.
Oh, that was a big mistake by AD tier, not using any spells after the Ice Blast.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. Okay, there are so many good spells for Boombell to steal in this game. Literally just everything. Anything he steals is going to be fairly useful and benefits his team. But so far, I think this would be a good time for us to look at the golden XP graph. XP graph, it's not too bad. Only 1500 in favor of MiTH Trust. Gold graph is a little bit more, 3000 in favor of MiTH Trust. But AM right now, he's a ticking time bomb. He is just a Void Stone away from completing that Battle Fury.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's gonna have it by 60 minutes for sure, I think. Unless he dies within the next minute, but it's not happening as Invasion. They're just grouped up mid lane to go for the push. And well, 60-minute Battle Fury plus a Hand of Midas. I think your prediction about him being 6-slotted 40 minutes in, it might come true.
Yeah, the next big thing that Evasion has to be ready for is Spectre with the Radiance. They have to make plays off of that. Well, Invoker is not too far away from his Orchid, so that's always a bonus.
Oh, they're going in there. The telekinesis is on to Kesekin, but they get the Dragon Tail as well. The Ice Blast is flying though. It's actually gonna connect them too, but the Invoker, he's going down for sure. He's doomed up. They even used the Overgrowth for that, but well, only losing the Invoker from the smoke that MiTH used like this to come in from the side. I think it could have gone way worse for Invasion as well.
Oh man, so this is horrible for Invasion so far. Latara is getting healed back up once again. Noki, like, it's just so annoying to deal with the Treant Protector that heals up every tower. If you can't brute force it, then you're just gonna struggle. So far though, Invasion, they're doing a pretty good job of defending their own towers, with only the tier 1 bottom falling. So, Snow, 300 gold away from that Radiance.
Yeah,
Is he gonna be able to get it before he gets ganked again?
I think so, at least. By the looks of it, he should be able to farm it out quite easily. Like, this creep wave plus the next one will be his Radiance, I think. And, well, the Doom is on cooldown because he just used it on the Invoker mid lane. And, well, like you said as well, they definitely have to make plays off of that. Actually gets hit by an Ice Blast and TP's out to base just in case because of it.
Oh man. Now they're even stacking for Lakel's. He should be buying a Quelling Blade at some point to speed up the farm process even more.
Do you think KYT on the Doombringer maybe should look towards Vladimir's offering just to help out the anti-mage?
Vlad's... yeah, it's pretty good for his team. They do have 3 melee heroes, but then Dragon Knight can always turn into a dragon and becoming a range. Doom lacks the armor, but instead of going for that, you say Vlad's. I don't think it's necessary because AM Lakel's, he's just gonna be by himself 90% of the time.
Oh,
It's going on
top lane,
ADTR.
Tornado EMP, up onto KYT, is completely out of mana, no mana for the Tomb, Ghost is there, they use the Haunt as well, they should get a couple of kills off this, they have the Ravage, they do pop it, oh, it got stolen, but Poombel out of mana, he has to escape, but still, he will have the Ravage for the next fight now.
Yeah, so good for Invasion, man. Like, making things happen with that Radiance, it's definitely good.
Oh,
But
MiPro
back
is
to the
coming in, he has a double damage from another Dragon Knight, level 2 Dragon Form, well, Ghost goes down immediately, Cold Snap coming out. They use the Spectral Dagger and Snowball. He just backs off into this. There's the Ravage coming out. They want to kill off Ketsikimba and they will be successful. At least Snow is alive, but he's out of mana. Well, MiPro actually popped his BKB. I'm not too sure if it was a misclick by him.
Was it to dodge the EMP, perhaps?
Well, maybe. Is it worth it? I mean, he's so out of mana anyway.
No idea.
But this Dragon Form, I mean, the level 2 Dragon Form looks way uglier than level 1 even.
Really? I actually like the level 2 Dragon Form. I just don't think it's all that glamorous. I mean, have you seen the one with the Chinese thing, the Dragon Form ulti? That one looks really nice. But back to the game. I don't think Lakel's needs a Doombringer to provide him a Vladimir's offering, because most of the time you look at AM and the playstyle of this hero, you are gonna be by yourself most of the time with that split pushing and just like split farming capabilities. Whereas Doombringer, I would much prefer to see him get a Blink Dagger, so there's a little bit more initiation power. Sure, it's gonna get cancelled whenever Spectre haunts, but if you can get the jump and start the team fight, and you can force out spells like Ravage or anything, force it all out on the Doom, then Invasion, with nothing left in the tank, his teammates, Rubik can get easy Ravage steals.
Oh.
Dragon Knight can always turn on BKB, go in, and then look at Invasion. They don't really have much that go through BKB, if anything at all.
Oh, indeed they don't. Just look at this mid lane tower. I mean, it was almost dead the last time Invasion tried to push it, but Noki, 3M Protector, just so hard to play up against. And MiPro, we actually had the regeneration room bottled up, but it got cancelled by the looks of it. But I mean, he got a pretty fast BKB, 70 minutes in on a mid lane Dragon Knight, who actually didn't do well at all early on against the Invoker. But now he's on his way to a Shadow Blade, just the Shadow Amulet off of it, and he might get the tier 1 tower mid lane as well now.
Oh man, the kills. Solo zoning Snow. So this is one thing that's gonna really suck for Invasion. When they're playing the 4 Protect 1, and they're gonna have... Oh, okay, at top,
Ice Blast, it does connect, they need to follow up some Spectral Dagger, Cold Snap, oh my god. He got the Blink, but Radiance, it's gonna be enough.
Beautiful. Beautiful play from Invasion. Snow just waited for that this time. He knows he has to wait for the Blink before turning on the Haunt.
Oh man, well, really well coordinated from them, and actually this gives Invoker now the Orchid finished. So they can possibly just start gunning for the Anti-Mage non-stop now. Every time they have the Haunt up, maybe just Ghost Walk from the Invoker, scout out the Anti-Mage, wait for the Ice Blast to fly, Orchid, Cold Snap, Haunt in, and should be a kill every single time like that.
Yeah, indeed. And here's another big problem with MiTH. 20 minute in Invoker, Anti-Mage. With the kind of space he's given. Oh, Treant. Oh,
yeah, he goes down. But MiPro is there. He has to pop his BKB if he doesn't want the gold feed. And that's exactly what he does. The Hand of God comes up, but no Elder Dragon Form. And there's the mech. He's just 5 versus 1 now. KYT comes in. No mana for the Doom anymore. He's gonna fall. Oh, MiPro. He's probably gonna make his escape. But Poombel, are they going for more? A pretty nice telekinesis, but I guess he's just buying some time. Kesekimba. He's on the hunt with the Ghost Walk. And that's the biggest threat of a Quas-Vex Invoker when he gets that Orchid. It wasn't that early, to be honest, because he's struggling in terms of net worth, but now that he has it, and especially supports like Rubik, they have to be careful.
Yeah, back to what I was saying, this is the problem with Lakel's build. If he didn't go for the MiTH and got on, say, a 12-minute Battle Fury, buys up a Quelling Blade, 20-minute, he could already have that Manta style.
Oh, they want to go for the Dragon Knight. The Elder Dragon Form, but the Orchid was there. There's the Ravage as well, onto 2 Poombel. He can't steal it this time around. And all, EMP wasn't even necessary, but killing off the Dragon Knight, especially as he also used his Elder Dragon Form. So even if he does respawn, he won't be as effective in the fight. And Invasion, maybe they can push off the tier 2 on top of this now.
Yeah, MiTH Trust, they just don't have what it takes to take a team fight so far. As long as Invasion, they have the ultis up. Well, at least Chen's is on CD, so is Tidehunter. they might be able to defend this push, simply because all the ults are on cooldown, and Spectre has no mana to haunt. But yeah, Lakels needs to get that Manta style ASAP. Otherwise, Invoker can always, like you said, go for an easy pickoff. And if Invoker's in the general vicinity of the AM, you can expect the Ice Blast to fly. You can expect the Haunt to follow up, if anything.
Oh man, oh, MiTH, maybe they're gonna protect their anti-mage a little bit more. Well, Noki always can just living armor the anti-mage up when they go on him. But
it's up against the Radiance.
Oh well, that's true enough. The Radiance has been proven kind of effective already, but it looks as if they want to finally kill off that mid tier 1 tower, which is almost back to full HP at the moment.
No man. But at least they got the top tier 1. Doombringer, it seems like he's going for a straight BKB, and that's going to be pretty game-changing for MiTH Trust as well. Once a Dragon Knight and Doombringer both have their BKBs, they can just directly run into a team fight. Don't have to be afraid of anything. But yeah, so that's what they're waiting for, and that's the time they need to buy.
Yeah, well, by now Lakels already has 3 points into Spell Shield as well. So he's getting tanky even though he doesn't have that big of an HP pool, but the Ultimate Orb picked up 200 gold away from the Manta style. And well, the Orchids, well, they might have just missed their timing, and now, oh, okay, Sikimba, they have detection, the Doom comes out, Dragon Tail, Telekinesis, they're just throwing everything, and easy kill for them. They actually might get more, the Chen creeps, they're just left behind, get the War Stomp off, and well, should be easy farm, and Chen, he's gonna lose his entire army of this.
Bombshell.
Oh man. And well, Lakels, he has his Manta style flying out now as well. And with the Manta style, the split push is going to get just so much stronger.
Yeah, but Snow is getting pretty tank as well. Has a Vitality booster, probably just going to hold on to it and upgrade it directly into Heart later on. But yeah, he has pretty decent HP pool, around 1400. He can just wait and finish the Diffusal first to be able to dish out even more damage during those team fights. Right now it's the peak, like the miniature peak for a Spectre. Like it's the first phase when you get that Radiance. The next one comes once you get, say, a Heart or your Diffusal Blade. Your damage gets amplified that much more. But with every passing minute, MiTH Trust, they're getting pretty fat as well. I mean, you've got Doombringer, Devour's like a free Hand of Midas. He's only a recipe away from his BKB. AM, well, needless to say, as greedy as you can get. Midas plus Battle Fury.
Do you think he's even gonna get Power Trace this game, or just wait it out and go for Boots of Travels?
Just wait it out for Boots of Travels. If you're not gonna get Treads early, right, I don't see much of a point of getting it now. Like, you're 25 minutes into the game. Might as well. Just hold on to it. You've got the Midas for attack speed anyways.
This is gonna be just so hard for Invasion because Lakels one, he even has the Aegis now, so they get even more gold, even more XP towards their team, and well, Invasion, even with the Chen.
I thought Snow.
Oh man. Well, I guess he couldn't even use Haunt because Manta style just drains all of your mana when there's only one setup stun, and I guess they started with the Telekinesis.
Yep, instant Telekinesis, like Spectral Dagger thrown by the Ruvik, and then like instant lift. Manta style, whack whack, ulti, boom. There goes the Spectre.
I actually put up Power Trace now. I guess we were wrong.
No. You gotta go greedy, Lakels. How can you do this to me? See, like,
it doesn't. He had gold enough for boots as well.
Yeah, he's had the money for a long time. But I mean, how many times have we gone through this? Every time every time I say something, right, then like it just goes the complete opposite once again.
Well, AD tier, he's not rushing his Aghanim Scepter either on the Ancient Apparition, just got a 4-staff. I guess they maybe want to try to help whoever gets doomed, just to help him get out of trouble, or well, not even out of trouble, but just buy time for maybe the sendback of FCFC to actually come out. But even with the Tidehunter, actually we haven't seen a Ravage for ages. He does have the Blink Dagger by now, but they're just so far behind in net worth. It's just the 3 cores of MiTH, they keep on farming up.
Okay, so a couple of crucial things I've just noticed on the map. So my pro, I didn't see the Shadow Blade before, but he has a Shadow Blade and he has a DD rune bottle up. So it could be big. if he
They're
does.
going bottom lane on KYT Doom. The EMP Easter is out of mana, but it's pretty tanky still. He does the 11, nice overgrowth and Lakels. He comes in, wants to go for Invoker. There's the Ghost Walk on Snow. Telekini stopped. The right click's actually not coming in from the illusions. A little bit missed micro by Lakels there. But Snow, I don't think he's gonna be able to escape. Mana Void, come on, get the kill. Oh, he doesn't have mana for it. The Tornado comes out as well. The Hand of God, he somehow stays alive. They killed off Boombell. There's the Orchid onto Lakels as well. Can Lakels, like, oh, he's man fighting the Invoker. He's maybe gonna win. And indeed he is. Oh man, that's just ridiculous.
No, why would you want to man fight an AM with an Aegis? Yeah, and Rubik, even though Rubik died, look at what Rubik is making.
Oh, mid lane, there's a stun on Ancient Apparition, double damage on my pro as well. Blowing up immediately, War Stomp to stop the TP on FCFC. No, just use this as the Doom for good measure. Oh man. Well, that's a dead Chen for sure, and the Fusel Blade is finished on Spectre now.
Oh man. How cool will it be if there was another Chen in the game and he sends back the Chen home? Nah. But look at what Rubik is making towards.
Wow. That... Why is it... Man, I would even hope for maybe a Bloodstone rather than an Aghanim, because does he want to steal Hand of God or Ice Blast? I mean, stealing Ice Blast is definitely not going to be easy.
Okay, so he's got Ravage, he's got Hand of God, Haunt, Ice Blast, EMP, Tornado. He's got way too many good things. You look at Ancient Apparition, any spell you steal from AA is going to be good. Almost guaranteed. Chen, well, maybe not your Holy Persuasion, but he can create a Chen army of his own if he gets it early enough. Oh man.
Oh, I guess so. How far? Well, he's halfway there. Has the Ogre Club and the Point Booster. Plus, of course, Point Booster gives you some decent HP as well. Up against the Ice Blast and just maybe survive the Haunt. Because actually, if you don't have any HP items and the Spectre haunts in with a decent amount of farm on him, the supports are just gonna die from purely the Haunt.
Oh yeah. I also don't know, like, how do you survive as a Rubik up against a Spectre Haunt? You force staff away, you lift the illusion, throw it away, but it's still gonna chase you.
I guess they're just maybe hoping Lakels, he's gonna come and kill all the illusions.
Even Lakels has a BKB now, so MiTH Trust, they are ready to fight. In my pro, he's got a haste rune.
I mean, so he has 3.9k in the bank as well. He's out farming the Spectre, and man, with the anti-mage on the board, usually he just takes up all the farm on the team.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, top 4 farmers on the board, 3 of them are from MiTH Trust. And it's all of the cores, man. Like, this is pretty darn scary. So Doombringer, BKB, Dragon Knight BKB, AM BKB, everyone is just freaking ready to make something happen.
Well, this is going to be an easy tier 2, maybe even tier 3. Elder Dragon form popped. It is level 3 now as well. Oh, those Dragon forms. Tornado, EMP, Ice Blast to fly, and Lakels, he just blinks out of it, and oh, that's an Ice Blast on cooldown. That's a 30-second window that they can push the tier 2, and well, at the moment Lakels is just staying pretty far back, to be honest, and oh, they're all under the effects of Nature's Skies. Are you kidding me?
Oh, and the tier 2 gets denied. But that's okay. Wow, look at it. The time it took for MiTH Trust to take down the tier 2, Invasion couldn't even take the bottom tier 1. So it's just so hard to take these towers, man.
The Chen so far has been a rather useless pick, I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not as effective as Invasion would have hoped. He just couldn't do much, if you really think about it. He's going to make the early game rotations to gank, but whoever he ganks, the hero is going to be innately tank, if not high maneuverability. Like, you try to gank the AM, most likely, before you get to him, he's going to blink away, because you have no proper lockdown to set up for the Chen. You rotate mid, Dragon Knight is freaking tanky. You try to go for the offlane Doom, he's freaking tanky. And there's always going to be the living armor to back them up. So it's a tough one for Invasion.
Oh, I can do nothing but agree with you there, and well, my pro, 4.5k gold. Yeah, I think he's probably going for an AC, or well, gets hit by the Ice Blast with the Cold Snap, but Living Armor comes out and he's going to be fine. They even have a gem on him for quite a while now, I think, maybe like 3 to 4 minutes. But I do think he's heading towards the AC.
Dragon Knight?
Yes.
I don't think he needs to. Might as well just go for Heart. All they need is raw HP so far. There's no physical right clicks coming out from Invasion. Well, if you want to count the Spectre, sure, but his Desolate is pure damage, so I don't see a point in getting anything that goes against physical. Like, there's no physical right clicks, literally, from Invasion. And even the Chilling Touch is magical, so raw HP would benefit the Dragon Knight a lot more. In this case, all they need to do is just be able to out-tank, just be able to tank up against all of the magical damage that's coming out from Invasion. Because Invasion, essentially, they have one round of burst. Once they throw down their spells, throw down those Ravage, throw down the Ice Blast, if they cannot kill anyone, then they are screwed.
When was the last time you even saw Ravage? Feels like it was like 12 minutes into the game or something.
I think the last time I saw the Ravage was from Ruvik.
But that was ages ago.
Yeah, it definitely was.
This game, I was watching IG versus TK game number 2. It went, oh my god, so long that I couldn't even finish it. But I was like, oh god, Chinese Dota, no kills, no nothing. At least I'm gonna get to catch some Southeast Asian Dota, some action. I guess I just jinxed myself.
Well, you should never play a farm war against MiTH Trust, in the sense that when you want to go greedy, they will always most likely out-greed you. So you want to farm? Sure, we'll farm even more. And we're going to have 3 people farming, whereas you have a Spectre farming. And let's see who's going to win. And so far, it seems like it's going to be MiTH Trust. And there's 5k in Lakel's bank.
Well,
oh, but okay, my pro, he does go for the AC.
Maybe they just want to be able to push down the towers faster. I guess that might be it, but looking at the graphs, they're just going out of control. Almost 20,000 gold lead for MiTH, and well, around 17,000 in XP as well.
Wow.
And in Invasion, they don't even have the heroes that could compete with Mistra. Oh, Snow! Lakel's just going on him solo.
Yeah, Lakel's is like, nah, I don't care about you. You're just a Spectre.
Well, do you think the anti-mage is gonna go for Heart now, or is he maybe looking towards an Abyssal?
Abyssal is the perfect choice. He can easily solo kill anyone if he gets an Abyssal. And he already has BKB for tank ability. Oh my goodness.
They pop the Ravage, it actually catches all of the team. But they do get the heals. Now Doom up onto the Invoker. He can't do much of anything Ghost. He's completely useless now as well. Lakel's just doing the damage. FCFC Mana Void to get the kill. And actually it's a 1-for-1 so far as my pro. He did drop pretty damn low as well. Spectre just focusing on him. And now KYT going for the TP up. Will it be successful? And indeed it will. So I can't believe that Invasion actually took a fight like that.
Wow, like it was already considered close to perfection from Invasion. The Dragon Knight was, look at his HP, it's below 1/3 from the beginning of the engagement. From the time he popped his BKB, he only had 1/3 HP left. And they caught just about everyone with their ultimates, but it just wasn't enough. So it goes to show, if MiTH Trust were the team that gets a jump, then Invasion would have been the ones that would have suffered quite a bit. Like if those BKBs were procced before, say, the Tide Ravage, before the Ice Blast, then I don't know how it would have gone for Invasion.
Yeah, well, now, without the Haunt, without the Ravage, if MiTH, they just want to come back to Roche, they're gonna easily get it, and oh, no, never mind, it wasn't a Healbur Smasher, it was like, Telekinesis failed. And now they are back in Roche, it gets scouted out with the Sunstrike, but they don't even have an Ice Blast to just try to delay this out, and there's a Heart of the Rask on anti-mage, so I guess that was the item he went for.
Man, Lakel just wants to disagree with me, like, the whole day. I can't call anything, man.
I would have liked the Abyssal way better, because in the last fight, he would have been able to achieve so much more if he just could have locked somebody down, and even the Basher would help already.
But at the same time, it is a solid choice as well. With the Heart, there's literally nothing that can kill him anymore. You can land the full combo from Invasion, and he's still going to be able to tank through it and just back off a little bit, wait for the HP regen to come back, and then once he gets back to full, re-engages, Invasion can't handle him.
Well, there's an Aghanim now on the Rubik.
Like, yeah, pretty much like the MC Hammer song, right? Like, you can't touch this, and that's pretty much the state that Lakel's is at.
Oh man, well, Invasion, I guess they're gonna... Oh, they actually went on Lakel's, but the BKB just came out, and at least they didn't use Haunt or anything massive for it.
Can't touch this.
Gonna have to play this after this game, I guess.
Yeah.
It is on my playlist, so no biggie.
Oh, okay. I love that song. And yeah, MiTH Trust with the AM. Look at AM. He is pretty much just soaking all the hatred from Invasion. While they're at top, Dragon Knight is split pushing bottom.
It's a nice idea by them as well, because they can easily do that on Lakel. Also, no, he's just sitting there watching Lakel take down his tower. Oh, he just couldn't do anything. Oh god. Do you actually hear the background noise from me? I guess you do.
No. I don't hear anything at all.
Oh man, that's... I guess that's
Just
good for me. Because
fan.
there's some massive construction going on outside. Oh, they popped their Ice Blast connected as well, but BKB by KYT and from MyPro, they get the Doom on the Invoker. He's gonna fall, the Overgrowth comes out as well. And all this is gonna be Rax top, maybe Lakel's Ace there, just trying to kill off ADTR. Now going back to the Rax and Snow, he's just getting kited around, but the Dragon Form ends, so maybe they can fight now. Invoker bought back as well, but Lakel's, he's just going for the tower now, although Invoker, they get the Orchid, can they actually get the kill? Nope, BKB, oh man. Oh, that mana void.
You gotta play the song right now when that happened.
Oh man. That was like one right click. Oh god, I got mana void. Boom. Double kill. Oh god. They just got blown up.
You know when you get a Rampage in Dota 2, you have that huge Rampage sign that comes out, right? I think they should make one for Got Wrecked, you know?
Yeah, they should make one for casters that they can play it or something. But oh, they get stunned and Ghost. Do they actually want to go for the kill? Nope. Just melee Rax will suffice for them. And Lakel kills the top Rax in the meantime. And now going for mid lane. He has 6.3k in the bank. As MyPro, he might fall down. They get the jump on him. So Snow, I think he's going to be able to whittle him down. No, BKB, TP out, Ice Blast to fly. Everybody's just going to get back safely.
Yeah, this goes back to the point where we were talking about in the early game. They didn't have the single target lockdown. And this is a big reason as to why they're struggling, and partially why they can't kill the AM. And well, that's the GG call. They know they can't touch the AM.
Well, it's just I kind of hate anti-mage because it feels like every single game an anti-mage is involved, it just goes down the exact same road. You just can't stop him from farming once he gets the Battle of Fury. Just farm. Just across the map, and no matter how much late game you have yourself, you just can't contest. But in this game, I think the biggest thing was just the tree and protector keeping the towers alive.
Wow, yeah, definitely. The early game, he completely rendered the Chen useless. But if you think this is boring, I mean, I really want to... Next game, hopefully, I want to see a Naga versus AM. Oh yeah, farm all day, do nothing all day, farm.
I think it's a possibility. Since MiTH...
Oh, actually, what do you think about Dusa versus Naga?
Oh, well, I think then Naga probably gets his farm faster, as well as maybe even has the upper hand. If he has, let's say, the Diffusal Blade.
Right? Yeah.
But I guess we might see, but we'll have to find out. This was only game number 1, people, so do not go anywhere. And, well, if you enjoyed us, be sure to follow us wherever you can on Twitch, and you can find all the social media links below the stream. This is gonna be it for us for game number 1. We're just gonna jump into game number 2 lobby and some MC Hammer in between, I guess.